Well, we're live. We're back to some Cyberpunk Red tonight. We are down our hacker, our net runner is unfortunately not able to join us yet, so no Marius. But we do have Richard. Who are you playing tonight?
Hi there, I'm Richard, and I am playing Laszlo Falcon Sahane, the medtech of the group. Or at least, nominally the guy who would patch you up.
Or sell your parts to, the black market. Either one.
I was gonna say, I'll probably just cart you away rather than patch you up. But
Yeah. It's one of the other.
Something will happen to your body after you are injured.
One's a lot less work than the other.
This is true. Jameis, who do you got tonight?
Who the hell am I playing? I have no idea.
Elena!
I have a record Sebastian, and that's the important thing.
Oh, yeah, that's the only important part.
Yeah.
The rat is the star of the show. He started wearing goggles for some reason recently.
Lab coat, too?
Kim, who you got tonight?
Oh, I play Tetra the Fixer.
Tetra, because you weren't here last episode, I kind of wrote you into a subplot, and I've got to ask, because I don't think it's come up, how old is Tetra?
Oh, the prom thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we discussed that actually, like in the Discord, but I see her as being in her mid-20s.
Okay, so not hugely uncomfortable. Okay.
Yeah, so like she's 50 or anything, yeah.
Don't worry, it's still hugely uncomfortable.
Just not as hugely uncomfortable as it could have been.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Steven, who you got?
I am playing the guy who gets threatened with explosions the most, Pinball the Solo. Some say he's keeps his head on a pintle mount and therefore his name is Pinball. Others say he gets blown across the landscape and bounces around like a pinball. Both are, legends in their own right in how he acquires his name. But he lives his life like a video game. And apparently that means he is completely expendable and believes he will revive afterwards.
So there is that can be a thing, yes. Before we start tonight, I'm going to get this out of the way real quick. Back my Kickstarter, please. I say mine. I've done a lot of work on it, but it's David Beatty's Weird Frontiers, a DCC dungeon crawl classic of weird Western. And this is the new module that's kickstarting now. We've been going for just a bit over 48 hours, and we're more than halfway to the to the funding goal. If you like your weird Westerns, if you played Weird Frontiers, please check it out. Back us if you can. So there we go. We'll get the unabashed commercialism out of the way at the front. Yeah.
Yeah, no commercialism in Cyberpunk Red, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I need a sponsor really to make this feel right. Yeah. I mean, since I'm drinking coffee, any caffeine sponsor would be awesome. So last time, you guys freed a body from the SoCal military base that is maybe not the correct mind in it, but you have some thoughts as to why that might be. Laszlo, there doesn't seem to be any signs of rejection between personality and the body. They seem to match just fine. Vital signs after one night of sleep, perfectly fine. You've taken her on as a patient and not as a captive. So she is staying at your slum hotel, as you are now the slumlords of the place. And well, she found out some good news is that despite she's been gone for a while, some of her investments held true. She's made some money and she feels confident that she can hire you guys to dig into what happened to her. She's starting to get flashes of memory here and there. She realizes she's been gone for a very long time, long enough for technology to have changed significantly for her. We ended last time with her coming out of the bank, very happy, no poker face, very different than Nancy's mannerisms in this body. She hides nothing. Just her expressions are very open and honest. And you could tell she must be pretty flush with cash. And again, agrees to stay under Laszlo's care in case anything does crop up. We had some talk that she didn't want to give you her full name because doing any kind of research on it might cause some issues for you guys. And without her being able to know if she could pay you for sure, she didn't want to put you under those particular gun sights. Well, she now wants to hire you. So we'll pick up there. You're back in. Have you guys given your hotel, your Coffin Hotel, a name, by the way?
No, it has a street address. That's it.
That's
Did we
it.
already have one under what's his name?
It did, but you're new management, so I just wanted to throw that out there in case you guys had
What was the name before?
Sleaze and Stay.
Stay in Sleaze?
The sleaze being like underground parlance for doing biz.
So it's now Sleep in Leslie's.
We take a cut of the sleaze and sleep. No, if you just want to use the same name that was there before. It's not like the name was advertised anywhere. It's just like what people call it.
Can't think of anything to do.
No,
right
that's fine.
now, so.
The arcade. Because pinball
The
is
arcade.
Yeah, and the odd. Yeah.
Well, it's still being called the Sleaze and Stay on the streets then until
I
you
mean,
guys.
it would probably be called that anyway, because changing the brand name of anything is, very difficult.
It's not like it had a great name to begin with. You guys are up.
Oh, I know what it is. Sleaze and Stay. Now with working bathrooms.
Oh, well, there you go. Now it's working bathrooms. Yeah.
Oh no.
You don't just hand them a portable urinal when they walk in now. You've got actual bathrooms. Right. You guys are on, I believe you guys took over the third floor. That's your kind of suites, or is it the fifth? I forget.
It was never important.
Yep.
It
It's
just
not
wasn't
ground
the-
floor. It's not any of the floors closest to the ground. I know that. I thought it was the third. Anyway, you're having a conversation. She has sprung for fresh coffee and fresh baked goods, but she's actually very surprised that in current times that fresh food's a thing. Wow. It's amazing. She lived most of her life eating like prepackaged kibble because that's what there was.
Okay, Grandma.
Yeah.
I mean, we can get you some if you wish.
Oh, and unlike Nancy, and unfortunately Maurice is going to be very displeased at this, she has no cooking skills.
Oh dear.
She has no non-kibble cooking skills.
She can open a package pretty good. That's about it. So, right. So I would like to hire your team. Is this still a thing? Do you guys have licenses now? Back in my day, it was all done on the streets, just on the sly. Do you actually have businesses for this sort of thing now?
I
Just
mean,
as a hotel.
Well, we like to keep unlicensed and unregistered on the streets, where we
Okay.
live, and not in this grandly appointed hotel that we are in.
Fair. How much would it cost to? Well, let's lay out what I want. I would like to. Well, I would like to know what happened to me. My memories ended. It seems like almost 20, 30 years ago. It's hard to pin that down exactly. You don't have like access to a wider net, so all I'm able to look through is like your. You don't even have screen sheets anymore. I'm just able to look through what news that your city grid has, and it's woefully inadequate. Right. So I would like to know what happened. And while this body is very comfortable, there's some definite differences. This isn't my body. I mean, it is, but it isn't at the same time. I had some very specific modifications done back in the day, and she's kind of looking at her arms and her legs. It's like these seem to be fully functional and non-cybernetic.
Huh? I would have thought that Nancy had more.
Well, she does have some hardware, but it seems to be all internal. I mean, I had full replacement legs.
Oh well, that's a thing. I mean, that is still a thing. You can still get replacement legs if you want to replace Nancy's legs. I am fine with this.
Oh, it wasn't a cosmetic reason. I went through some stuff, and I had to have my legs replaced. That's just how it ended up happening.
Oh, sure. But I mean, if you wanted to make it feel more like home, you have the money now.
Okay. Well, here's what I can share with you. And again, I'm not holding back because of distrust. I think if you start delving into very specific things that I could tell you, it could trigger things that you're ill-equipped to take care of. Let's start with my name, Laszlo.
Your name is Laszlo. Oh my god!
As best as I can tell you, I am Altiera Cunningham.
That name sounds vaguely familiar. Something in Rockstar. Everybody, I think my grandmother used to listen to your records or something like that. Or
my boyfriend at the time was Johnny Silverhand. That's probably
that is it. So that is who my grandmother listened to at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, he got all the limelight. I was always in the background, but that's as it was intended. Look, the other thing you're going to come up with is probably some news stories revolving around Arasaka Corporation. They must still be in existence.
Yes, we still name brand recognize that. Household name, all that. Look, that thing over there is Arasaka. That light fixture is Arasaka. Let's see. None of my guns are Arasaka. They are all Militech because I am that kind of guy. The rocket launchers that we have, are they Arasaka? Tetra, did you check to see if they were Arasaka? Well, apparently they are. Now.
She looks away from pinball and stares at Laszlo again with the "save me" expression. Right. So you're likely to find some information coming up tying me to it was a run that went bad on Arasaka. Most of it is going to be lies. It was a corporate spin. I can maybe fill in some details if you hit that information. Another name will come up, maybe. Does the name Bart Moss mean anything to any of you?
All right, out of character. Don't we blame him entirely for the state of the world?
Mm-mm.
And so that's not public knowledge?
No, actually, Rach was eliminated before a lot of that happened.
Well, but his death...
Yes, his death triggered a lot of stuff, yes.
But is that wide knowledge?
Probably not. Not unless you're a hacker. I think Marius would likely know the story because it's like legends for hackers. But outside of that, probably not.
Also, it's probably unverifiable.
Like how many common folks know who Linus Tolveris is in modern day?
Ooh, Linus Tolveris. Now there's a name. Wait,
we give a name because we're that sort of geek.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's kind of like that. Average populace probably has no idea who that is. People that are in that business or in that lore would definitely know. So that will come up possibly as well. Most of it's going to be corporate lies and spin. What you come up with, I will try and sort through it with what I know to be true. But I have to tell you that I have the sneaking suspicion that, well, Laszlo, you were a medical doctor of some sort.
Yes.
Have you worked with psychologists at all?
Not really. No, most of the people I deal with tend to be beyond that sort of help.
Ah, okay. Are you aware of technology where people that have undergone, we used to call it cyber sickness or cyber psychosis, or they'll take your mind and they'll put it in a virtual space and they'll kind of rebuild that psyche over time? Is that still a thing?
Why are you looking at me?
I mean, if it was, we couldn't have afforded it before. So I mean,
Turn your gaze to Elena. She is much further along than I.
I, I mean, I am not involved in that sort of thing. He said, desperately checking. I mean, I can deal with implanting the technology into you for that sort of thing, but I don't really deal with aftercare sort of thing.
Okay.
So I do not know how much it would have progressed since your time, sort of thing.
Okay. But you understand the gist of it. Like they'll take a personality, they'll put it in a cyberspace.
At a very basic level, I can
Okay.
understand what you're talking about. Yes.
I have a feeling that this was done to me for an extended period of time, and I don't know what they may have changed in my psyche. From your line of questioning, now that I've had a good night of sleep on it, I feel that you think I have more than one personality.
That was a possibility, yes. I wasn't sure whether, I mean, you do not know the person who previously occupied that body. And it is a sort of thing that we could see that sort of person having had done.
Okay.
But, I mean, they would have had to have grown you a whole new body if you were saying that you actually had cyber limbs and things. So
yeah, that was the next point that I was going to bring up. Well, this is my body.
It is
I
your
mean,
body?
I've had certain dental problems from birth. There are certain tells that I know this is my body, but it's also not. I went through a very traumatizing accident. I lost my legs. They were full cybernetic replacements. I had a lot of other cyber added to me. Does the technology exist now where they could have regrown my limbs? This is my body, but it's not at the same time. There are things that are different. And according to you folks, unless this body was put on ice for the last 20, 30 or years, it's too young.
Well, how long ago would you say you were put on ice again?
I don't know exactly.
Well, what was the last year you know? We know the year.
2020.
Actually, I think it happened in
2021?
2013 for her.
2013. Yeah, 2013 is when that all went down. Yep.
And I look at Nancy up and down. About how old is Nancy?
20s, early 20s.
And what is the year now?
Current Cyberpunk Red. To be honest, is that 2077 in this universe, or am I thinking of the video game?
That's
the video game is 2077.
I think it's 47.
Yeah, so it's
It's 20
it's the timeline before
2045
that.
on the map, on the image that we have behind us.
2025. There we go.
Okay, there we go.
So, 38 years. So it's like, I remember, Laszlo, remember when we were in the arcology before everything went to shit and our whole families got massacred? You know, the good times, where we were getting the education, and they were saying how this is not what the outside necessarily wants you to know, and they talked about the cloning experiments.
I mean, yes, but I did not know how much of that to believe.
Well, they might have all been killed about it, so I'm going to put maybe less than the usual amount of salt.
Okay, I mean, there was a lot of reasons why they could have been killed.
Let's cut for a moment as the camera swings over to Tetra. Prom was last night, Tetra.
Oh.
You've just you decide whether you left quickly or not. Tetra being kind of the face of the group and a person with a lot of contacts, even if Tetra isn't a beautiful person, and whether she is or isn't is up to you, she's definitely a charmer.
Mm-hmm.
So Tetra is definitely a very charismatic person. How did it go for you? So the young man that you went to prom with was actually pretty close to 18, because there was a massive disruption in the schooling system. So you weren't too far off from the age of the people there. You would actually be college age during this time.
I don't know. I think he it was just so awkward with him that I made up an excuse and left as soon as I could.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, you returned quickly from a very awkward
Had a phone
situation.
call in
Yep.
quotations. And
But it was mostly just to keep up the front with his parents. So yeah, all good there. Front taken care of. Then, did you guys actually have something that you wanted to had Tetra to do in the background? I vaguely remember somebody saying that you should get your fixer on something.
There's so much the fixer should be doing.
Well, if it comes up
I don't-
again, we'll just do a background roll for prior stuff that Tetra may have done if it becomes
I
necessary.
was saying we should get our own healing tank, but apparently no one else is interested.
I am here. Why do you need the healing thing? Oh, amazing. I'm also remembering that I made a few rolls to heal people's psyche over the time, but I cannot find the skill that is necessarily associated with that. So maybe I do know more about psychotherapy and stuff.
It's in your medtech skill. It's like under pharmaceuticals. It's all in your medtech.
Ah, is that what it was? Right.
I'll push the button for the roll just so it gets it just comes up as therapy. Actually. Right.
Oh, well, okay. No, medtech pharmacology. I don't know. Well, maybe I know a little bit more than I thought I did. I've forgotten it all.
But there it is on the table. That's what I would like to happen. If you can just kind of fill in those lost years for me, maybe let me know how I ended up in that tank and by who. I don't want to put you in any undue danger.
Oh, Will, what are you talking to me for?
But if you're willing to, I'm certainly willing to pay for it. What are your rates?
Let's see.
Oh, very expensive.
Do you want the per hour, per diem, or contract completed?
Well, I tell you what, because I don't even know if you can find, with the state of how your net is now, I don't know if you can actually find the information. So let's say I hire 3 weeks of your time. 3 weeks. If you can find out what I need in 3 weeks, great. If you can't, I'll consider it paid on contract.
Per diem, excellent. Are you paying the overtime for the weekends?
Just throw me a number, Pinball.
I looked at Tetra because this is supposed to be her bag. This is the wheeling and dealing money thing that fixers are known for. And I see that Tetra is not saying anything or cutting me off. So I was like, 50,000 credits? Each person you wish to hire. Yes.
Jem, if you want to actually make a business roll to see, because the business will tell you like how much resources your team is probably going to have to expend. And you can come up with a fair number, and then you can inflate or deflate as you choose.
Okay. Let me see. Can you hear me now? I accidentally turned my headset off.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Business. Was that the haggle one?
Well, in this case, not haggle
I didn't think
yet.
so.
So you need to figure out how much this would cost you to do first, which would be a business sort of thing, and then you can haggle over the price once you know how much it's going to cost you to do the job.
Is that the fixer's roll ability then?
You can use the roll ability, but I believe there's a business skill.
There probably is. I'm just not seeing it.
Oh.
That's
It's under
entirely...
intelligence.
Oh.
What?
I think it's under let's see.
Intelligence is not a thing.
Sorry. Skills. Where's my skills?
Trading.
Education.
Interrogation.
Business.
Education.
It's under education.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
There we go. It's a 14.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. For 3 weeks of your time, and she's specifically saying she doesn't intend for you to get yourself into any danger, but danger is always a possibility. Between 50 and 100,000 a week. And now you can throw out a number, and we can haggle if it's necessary.
Is that per person or the whole group?
Whole group.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
So with-
you throw out what you want to say. You know what it'll cost you.
Okay, so it's between 50 and 100,000.
Yeah,
So I would probably put it at about 75.
per week.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to state that, or do you want to talk to your friends first?
I will. I'll talk to everybody else first because they're all involved. I wouldn't want to
Yeah.
just make a decision.
She's gonna go and make a fresh pot of coffee. She loves this coffee, and you can talk it over.
Oh my God.
Somebody please show me how to use this new coffee machine.
You press the button. You put the tab in and you press the button.
Oh, do not forget to put cap at bottom as well first, because I did that once, and oh my God, everywhere.
Such a mess.
She's asked how to make the coffee, not how to collect
Yeah,
the
so
coffee.
you guys are left alone to discuss what you want to charge her.
I don't know anything about the money side of things. If
I
you say
mean-
75 is good, then I agree with you. Then
So, I like the round numbers, and 225 for 3 weeks is not a round number, so maybe make it a roundish number, like 300,000 for 3 weeks.
oh, that's an extra week's worth of charges.
I know. And
I
it's
see.
the overtime for the
I
weekends.
don't know.
It's the overtime for the weekend. She said she would pay it.
Well, if you
That's
insist,
6 days that
are you
I
sure
would
she's gonna
normally
go
be
for
clubbing
that?
right there.
that seems a little high. Are you sure she's going to go for that?
Well, that's her story. Figure if she doesn't go for it, she can try to argue lower. But this is your job. You're trying to get us as much money as possible.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we were all on the same page. But I'll ask for 300,000.
I mean, this is for all of us work, and it's going to get dangerous, and I am going to get shot at. And I like big numbers for being shot at.
All right, so she comes back. You throw out 300,000. This is where you can roll haggling.
Okay. That's a
Woohoo!
21.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
You are asking for a fair amount, and you can tell again she is not good at hiding her thoughts. Like she's chewing on the edge of her lip. You can tell she's thinking whether or not she's going to have enough money. She says, "Okay, how about I'll counter with 300,000 if you can find me the information. It doesn't have to be 100%, but I want to at least know when I was put into stasis, reprogramming, whatever you want to call it, and who did it. If you can concrete get me evidence of those two things, 300,000. If you can't, half, 150,000.
Ooh, that. Well, I mean, it would be 150,000 guaranteed. I say we take that. What do you guys say?
Yes, up front.
Okay. Can
Yeah.
do 150,000 up front, and that's final payment if you can't come up with anything. If you can,
Oh,
150,000 more.
oh
That
no!
sounds
Now our
fair.
reputations are on the line. Dang it!
We can do something. We'll be good.
Yeah, we've done weirder things. I think this will be fine.
Okay, we have a deal.
Deal.
How I can just do a transfer of funds, or do you need this to be a little bit more under the table? I don't know how well things are tracked these days.
Thatcher, take care of it.
I mean, how well did you hide the your bank accounts before you were? I mean, is it in your name? If you
Oh,
suddenly
no.
withdraw money?
Oh, multiple
okay.
levels of obfuscation. I
Okay,
put all the stocks that I sold off, I put it into a holding company, which I created on the spot. Several levels of obfuscation. I can make you a transfer from the holding company if you want for, and she kind of looks at the building, repairs to the building.
What are you saying? What are you saying about our beautiful building?
As
Actually-
there's a leak that drops on Laszlo's head. as he's talking.
That's a totally believable amount for the repairs on this building. Yes, for a down
Yeah.
payment on repairs for this
True.
building. So yeah, no one's gonna look twice at that.
That's because we are honest building owners, and we are going to do that.
Right.
Oh man!
We'll have to make sure that none of the tenants find out that this is going under repairs, because otherwise they will expect repairs, and we do not want that.
Don't worry. If they find out, I will. He cracks his knuckles. Evict them.
Okay. She's picked up just a very simple agent from your basic stuffer shack or whatever the thing is called, and I keep getting Shadowrun and Cyberpunk confused. So whatever your 7-Eleven type of thing is, and you get a transfer over from the Sub Rosa Corporation for 150,000 credits.
Nice.
Oh, well,
Okay.
there we go. Now we are in business.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and whatever you were going to. I believe you said that this body actually has a rent contract here. Are we still good with that?
Yes.
For whatever time we need.
Use that coffin over there at your own risk.
Well, this body's apparently been staying there for some time. I guess it's okay.
I have not inspected.
So much cookware in here, by the way.
The guy who's sleeping off the brain damage. He's why.
Okay. Well, this will also let me be around if I need to clarify any information, or maybe point you in a direction. More memories might come to me. I feel like after that one night's sleep, things are starting to congeal a little bit. Things are still really hazy, and I don't know what was a dream and what was real. But maybe with more rest, more things will come to me.
Oh, excellent.
I can already tell one thing as she looks down at the tray of muffins she's demolished. I'm going to be gaining weight in the next few weeks.
Oh, that is on me, you. My body, on the other hand, is a tipple.
I can send you with the other guy to do training in the dojo if you want to, work out some stuff.
My
No.
Do not get me started on that dojo. I should challenge the dojo and destroy it.
All right.
Old style.
You also, whoever looked to see for the transaction, also find that the rest of the money from the people you rescued has been transferred in, just with a note saying that they're going underground. They basically gave you a drop box that you can leave a message with them.
Did they take the people with them?
Yes.
Okay. So that's fine, because we just thought it was us because we didn't have any other things. But if they can find, we can cross that quest line off.
All right. Okay.
Yep. So there you go. She's gonna go shopping. She needs new clothes. What Nancy has for wardrobe doesn't really fit her style. And she needs better equipment as she looks at the phone she has and lack of a deck.
Then laughs at Marius's deck.
That's a nice toy.
Even by 30-year-old standards. Goodness.
Yep. Well, she actually will ask Pinball, because Pinball seems the most street knowledgeable of all of you. Where's safe? Where can I go that it will be safe and I'm not gonna have to worry about gangs? Somebody gave her a gun, which she seemed to be pretty.
I think it was Marius' gun or something.
Yeah.
Well, it is safe when I am nearby. Other than that, yeah.
Well, I mean, you do know what the safe parts of.
Well, I do, but it's you mean of all of city, not just nearby. Oh, that changes. If you're willing to go a couple of miles and take a taxi to the uptown, the corporate section is still very safe.
Okay.
Now, that reminds me. And I tell her to avoid the. Let's see, what is it? Get out of my way. The bombed out old corpse center. So you know the one that is next to the park. The park was there. I think that was actually the old Arasaka building. You know that place?
Okay, yeah.
Don't go there. It totally got blown up, and there's some slight radiation there. Now, if you want to go a little to the east or the west, you should be fine.
Okay. Well, I'm going to stay in the safe zones for now until I get my my sense of things back. I've been put away for a while. I want to get an idea of how people act and react these days. I want to see what's available tech-wise. Assuming you guys are okay with me going on my own. I mean, I don't mind having a chaperone, but you have work to do.
Well, that's kind of my job that you have hired me for because, again, I think they still had solos 30 years ago, but
yeah, but I didn't hire you as a bodyguard. I hired you to find information.
Yeah, solos. When they find somebody for me to break the knees of, or shoot in the leg for information, I will enter that picture. But until then, you still hired me, and therefore I have to make sure you are alive to pay the other half.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, well then we've got a busy day ahead of us.
Right. Elena, No, you don't want us to borrow your van. I was about to ask a foolish question.
We'll rent a car. It's okay.
All right, rent a car. Do you drive?
Oh, good point. I don't know if your traffic laws have changed or not. You guys still have like taxis, or you've got AI cars?
Yes and yes.
Whatever you think is safest, Pinball.
All right. Well, I'm going to order us a taxi and not an AI car because I can shoot the taxi driver in the head and throw him out of the car and take over the car should that be necessary. It's harder to shoot a car into submission.
Oh, Johnny Cabs. I remember them fondly.
So yes, order a taxi, I guess.
Yep. She tucks the gun away. She has a familiarity with firearms. You can tell Pinball. She's not happy with. Well, actually, no. I take it back. Nancy's wardrobe probably hides guns quite well. Yeah. So she tucks it away. He checks to make sure she can draw it quick enough and get used to it. And she, as you're going out the door, she'll also ask you, Pinball. I need to get specced out on this. Is there a firing range nearby?
Yes, there is actually a fighting range much closer than where you would go shopping for clothes.
Well, we'll. I need to get some equipment first, and then we'll make that the next stop. Good to know.
I guess that is for when we are coming back anyway.
All right, so Alt and Pinball head out, leaving the three of you in the room.
Yes.
Okay, so you've been hired to do a job, but you may also have other things that are on your docket before you start. I mean, she's giving you 3 weeks, so.
Remember when we used to do night markets?
Oh yeah, that was so much fun. That was a blast.
Oh, speaking of which, you do have one coming up in 3 weeks.
I don't think we do. Well, if we do, it's going to get invaded.
It's up to you. I mean, it's scheduled for 3 weeks. Whether or not you guys decide to have it is up to you.
I do not know right now. I mean,
hasn't it been a while?
It hasn't been a month since all of that has gone down. I mean, you guys have a night market once a month.
It's been like a week then. If we've got one scheduled in 3 weeks, and it's going to be once a month.
It's been a busy week.
Oh my god! Yeah, it has.
Yeah, you would at minimum have to find a new location. Well, that happens every time though. There's a new location every month, so
yeah.
But you may want to find something outside of what he's already cleared in his the prior owner of the night markets, his database. He has several locations. You may not want to use them now. That's up to you. So yeah, it's so as players, it's on the table. Whatever you guys want to do for tonight's session, you can start on work on her stuff. You can do stuff. You've got some things to work on. Your AI in the cube still hasn't finished crunching out what that program is. Got a good idea of what it is, but hasn't finished crunching it all out yet. Got another day before that happens. And let's see, you guys have done repairs to your hotel. It has brought in actually some new guests. You had a lot of empty places, empty coffins to rent.
I told you the title change now with working bathrooms really brings them in.
Oh yeah, running water, huge draw.
Oh, and let's not get those leaks fixed then. Yeah.
The more water that runs, the better.
Exactly.
As far as Laszlo is concerned.
I mean,
oh, and as far as how that all worked out, because you had the tenant meeting ship, and Sherlock Homie was elected the tenant's spokesperson. Everybody seems to be pretty satisfied with what you've done so far.
oh, good.
Yeah, you got the bathroom
good.
working, which was the main thing.
All right. I mean, not to. How was your prom, Tetra? Did that go okay?
Yeah, maybe 30 minutes. But yeah, it was fine.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, you didn't kill anybody, or there was nothing going on there that could have.
Oh no, I wasn't there long enough.
No, it wasn't. Okay. All right. Because I was just, I mean, I do not know, but if students were looking up, you know, Alt Cunningham and trying to research your history, because maybe they had a history class or something. I do not know if that would necessarily be a thing, but it would be a way to cover our tracks about not looking for that. So I just wondered if I was just checking you hadn't like destroyed the school or anything. I mean, I know that's not Pinball's thing, but I mean, you could have financially destroyed the school in some way. I know you're capable of that.
I wish I would have thought of that. That would have been a lot more fun.
I tell you what would have been the thing is Tetra probably would have checked to see how good their security was. Maybe even look for some places that would have less security to get into the school. I think Tetra definitely would have done that.
Oh yeah, and I was probably there long enough.
Yeah.
That's probably the first thing I did, actually. And then.
So they do have security staff there at the school. It is one of these where you, I mean, this is pretty par for course at this time. Like you do have security guards that scan everybody in. So all the students do have ID cards to get them in. They're not obviously armed, but they're armed. Small arms hidden away so that it doesn't look too militaristic. Camera systems, and the school has a pretty good network, but the cameras have a lot of blind spots. They didn't have enough funding to get like great coverage of everything. And so I'm going to have you make me a roll to see if you found a place that you could get in without being recorded by what you saw. And I think the best roll for that is going to be one of the perception skills here. Probably, let's see. You're not Pinball, so you don't have this particular skill set. So
I mean,
it's going to be an awareness skill. Let's go with... You know what? You can have your choice of either perception or conceal/reveal object, either one. So,
and maybe if you want an intelligence option, tactics.
Tactics would be fine. That would be acceptable as well. So any of those three would work.
What is tactics under?
Tactics is under education.
Education, okay.
It is intelligence based.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. My tactics and my my tracking are the same. My perception is higher, so I'd probably go with that one.
I mean, they're all interfaced, so it doesn't make a lot of difference.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, there are some definite holes in their security system. One, they have like an auto shop. One, because cars aplenty were just left abandoned, so they've got lots of material to work with. And you've got some nomad groups around too that can always use, people skilled in repairs and such. So they've got a garage and like a fenced in yard where they keep all the junkers to work in. Yeah, no cameras at all, because they don't put any value on that stuff. They didn't bother to put cameras there. And the lock that gets into the mechanics classroom, simple lock system. It's a number pad, not even digital, simple lock system.
And and yet still managed to defeat Marius.
Mm-hmm. Now they may have they do have guards at night. That you don't think many of them. They probably have one person on duty that does rounds. You don't know for sure if they have dogs or not, because if they do, they didn't have them out on prom night where somebody might have ran into a dog.
Right, they're trying to make it look nicer. It was prom night.
Yeah, so you don't know that for sure, but you do know that this area has got no cameras.
Okay.
So there you go. You have a way into the high school if you would like to.
Yeah, does anyone want to go back to high school?
I mean, not right now. I don't know.
You might want your hacker around for that.
Yeah, that should probably wait till everybody's here.
I mean, I guess yes. Then we'll have one more body to throw at them if it goes wrong.
Why would you want to go hack the high school? I'm not clear on that.
We don't. I mean, but stuff originating from the high school might draw less heat than like doing it from a cyber cafe or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
and then we might get
Your initial thought on that was good, Richard, that students would have a reason to be looking up these historical figures. So, yeah.
Oh, she's a historical figure. Maybe we should have charged more. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, well, okay. I mean, we rescued her from a government facility, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We can't really.
Well, so I'm sorry. Let me just give a little connotation to that. Yes, you rescued her from a government facility, but she was in an area where the guards that were guarding the place had no idea that area existed. So it might be a conspiracy within the military base that's doing it, and not necessarily the military base. That might be something you would consider.
Has this place always been a military base?
Yes, but it was destroyed and rebuilt fairly recently with all the construction that has been going on in Night City.
So it's not like it was owned by Arasaka and then the military took it over when they decided not to rebuild. So it couldn't be like her stuff. It couldn't be Arasaka's stuff.
Yeah,
with her.
It might have been. Okay. That's something that you would have to dig up.
Well, yeah, okay. That I mean, look at the place. The area is my first thought, I guess. See the history of the area. I can't think of anything else. I mean,
yeah. If you wanna just get on the public information net and see what you can pick up, you can do that. You're gonna need to go somewhere where you can connect to that though, like a library or something. Because remember, the networks are all, you've got to be within a few meters of a.
I mean, I cannot think of anything else to do right now. So. So yeah, okay. I am going to the library to do this thing.
All right, so Laszlo's going to go.
Anybody else want to go? Yeah. No. All right. Bye.
Yeah. All right, Laszlo's going to the public library to find out some information. So that leaves Jameis, or that leaves Tetra and Elena. What are you two going to do with your day? It's fairly early. It's before noon. Anybody?
I've forgotten all the stuff that we've been doing that isn't, major quest lines.
I mean, Elena may just slough it all off and go work on her car, because weren't you doing some upgrades to your car?
Oh, always.
Yeah.
I also wanted to get in touch with my Nomad group and let them know that the Hasselhoffs out of town were looking for someone to hook up with, as it were.
Oh, yes. The malicious street gang, the Hasselhoffs.
Yeah. So
if you want to go
making a connection there.
Yeah, if you want to go make those connections, you can go ahead. Tetra, is there anything you want to work on then? Everybody's basically going their own ways today.
Is there anything we're going to need in particular for this assignment before we get started?
Well, there's no one sitting here to ask anymore, so
yeah.
What do you think?
Nobody's gone.
I mean, all she gave you was some names to start doing some research on, and because of the state of the network, like you've got to go somewhere to do that research,
right?
If that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I can
One
attempt
thing
it.
you do know is that we are in the university district, and the university might have something relevant.
Yeah. Keep in mind that it's not open campuses because of, well, lots of very real threats. So everybody does have ID. I would assume, actually, since Tetra is school age, Tetra might have gotten a fake ID so that you could get on campus.
If only a fixer could get a hold of some ID,
Yeah.
How would that happen?
Yeah,
definitely.
So let's find out if you do, because that would be one of your role skills. So let's go ahead and do that real quick just to see if you've got that in your pocket already.
Okay.
Let's see what the role, what level that would be. What is your role level at your fixer role? What level are you right now?
It says 4.
You're at 4. Okay, so you haven't bumped that up any.
Yeah, I don't know if you spent any points, but you would have enough for making it 5 if you wanted to. Or
yeah, I probably should.
Yeah, there's a lot of us that should have spent points on things.
I'm going to consider that the 2 procuring rare or atypical resources. So go ahead and give me a roll on your role skill. I'm going to say this is definitely within what you can do. So what we're rolling for is just seeing if you already have that pre-prepared or if it's going to be something you're going to have to do now.
Okay, so how would I roll that?
Just roll on your role skill. It should allow you to click on that and get a roll. No? Am I wrong on that?
No, I'm probably looking straight at it and just spacing out is probably what's happening. So
most of these things seem to say they have some skill associated with the role, and you have to find that thing.
Yeah,
it says it has like the fixer operator, then it has the haggle button.
It's probably operator then, because considering
it's operator. Because you would be using
operator.
So operator.
Okay. Yeah, no, the only thing it's letting me click on next to that is the haggle button, unless I am, and it's entirely possible looking at the wrong thing.
You rolled operator before.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it should be the same role.
Oh, so, yeah, no, it is. That's what it is.
Woo!
Oh, look at that. Yeah, you definitely have an ID. And actually, with that role, you might have a staff ID and not just a student ID.
So, yeah, it's that haggle button. It comes up as operator.
There we go. Yeah, so we'll say that you can decide what it is, but you're more elevated than just a student. You've got like somebody that works on campus, maybe a teacher, maybe a tech specialist or something like that. You can decide.
TA, no one questions them.
Oh, are you tenured?
Yeah, I was gonna say a tenured professor, because you just do what you want, basically, I guess. But
no, you would be a minor teacher, like Pinball said. You might be a TA.
TA to a tenured professor.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, and that'll give you a lot of wiggle room, so we can go with that.
And you always look confused and haggard when you're a TA.
Honestly, her role was so good, I'm willing to bet the tenured professor even backs her up.
No, it's like,
yeah, she's a TA.
I hire so many people. Yeah, sure.
She's just the professor's fixer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say she's a fixer. So.
Oh yeah. If you want to say that, that's actually like it is a legit ID because you're procuring for a professor something that is either illegal or something that would be looked down upon. So like
technically not illegal.
Professors.
It's technically not illegal. It's just through the proper channels takes forever.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
Want it fast. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If you want to say that, that's perfectly fine. Something that has happened in your background. So yeah, you can get aboard. You can get onto the campus just fine whenever you need to. So let's go in just reverse order here. So Stephen, going out shopping with her pinball is actually not too bad. She knows exactly what she's looking for. She does not take long, but she does have to go to several stores to find exactly what she needs because nothing off the shelf will do. She ends up buying a bunch of parts. She's going to assemble her own deck.
I am very happy to be holding what seems to be some high-end fancy shopping bag because that's where my submachine gun is.
Okay, fair enough. She does get some clothing. Very different style than Nancy. It's still very useful if she happened to get in a fight. Not a lot of anything to catch or could be grabbed upon, but she likes bright colors. So yeah, that takes a fair amount of time. She also spends some time just doing people watching. She's kind of looking how people are reacting, and then after a bit of doing this, she says, "Not much has changed."
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah, and you're actually. Let me make the roll here. Let me make the roll to see.
Rolls a bunch of ones. Ah!
No, her instincts are good. She tells you, gun, knife, they're going to rob that person. Yeah, her street instincts seem to be pretty good.
I'm like, yeah.
She misses a few things.
That's why I'm here.
Yep. But not bad.
I'm sure you would be fine, but me being here makes certain that you are fine.
Okay. You're not really harassed. She goes into some fairly obscure shops. She's getting the hang of looking at local directories and figuring out where things are. And she's gone into some shops you had no idea existed, mostly because you're not a tech head.
Let's see. So how does this help you shoot somebody?
It gets me information so that I can tell you where to shoot someone. How's that?
I see. Yes. This is excellent purchase.
And also, if that shooting of a person is going to cause other people to shoot you because of their connections, it's always an important thing to know.
Yes, it is. There are so many people that want to shoot me, usually in the moment, but I shoot first.
She shrugs, just like, I can believe it. That other people want to shoot you. So, Pinball, give me a perception check. Not necessarily that you're in danger, but a general, because I'm sure you're being aware if anyone's watching you, if anyone's looking at you as a target, that sort of thing.
All right, so it is pretty good. It is pretty good.
People are interested in the pair of you because you've got boxes from some very expensive stores. You do have a name on the streets, though, although you're kind of outside of your territory. So people are sizing you up and not worth the effort that would it take.
Very much.
They may die, so let's not mug this person.
I mean, if we're talking danger sense, it's even higher. It's 26 with danger sense.
Yep. Also, with the perception roll, I'm going to give you. She may have a comfortable amount of money, but it's not endless. She does turn down some prices for things here and there. She does haggle. She goes to other places to get better prices. She does not have an unlimited bank account.
Not with what we promised her, anyway.
Yep. All right, so that's what you get. Next person to go was Laszlo, I believe. And you went to basically the community library.
Yes.
Okay.
Research the place with the military compound or whatever we are calling it.
Sure, you're able to pull up basically the history of Night City, and it's not difficult to pull it up. What's difficult is wading through all the information. So let's have you do a roll for that. Let's see, what is the good one for that?
Is there a research skill?
Yeah, probably under education.
Library. There's library search.
Perfect.
Seems, just like what I should be doing.
Yeah.
I have not put any points in that, but
maybe wilderness.
Wilderness. Yes, I will make a wilderness roll. That will help us.
That's perfect. 21.
No, I have not rolled. I have not rolled. Sorry, I am just.
Oh, that's pinball. Okay.
I will spend I will spend 5 points on this. Why not?
Hmm?
I'm not good. We'll just push the button and see what happens.
Oh.
So 14 in total. 14.
Okay, 14 in total. All right.
Do you include the +2 for using your agents?
He's not using his agent. He's using their terminals.
Oh, darn.
But the terminals are kind of geared for doing research. So there are Clippy comes and asks, "Are you looking for information on?"
Yes, I am, Clippy. I'm so glad you are here. Oh,
I
my
will
God,
give you
my savior.
I will give you the +1, which will hit the 15 that I was looking for, since you are doing this on a research area. Yes, it took a little digging, but Arasaka actually had a research and development area on that military base before everything went to hell. They had a presence on that campus.
I guessed right. I didn't need to do this research. Oh, well, okay.
There is not a lot of information on it. And you find Comb early history to be able to even pull up that. And mostly it was just because certain billing information that you were able to see certain things come up. So there you go. Yes, they had a presence on that compound prior.
Does it say when it stopped being Arasaka?
Well, new contracts when the base was rebuilt there's nothing in there about Arasaka putting up money or being a fiduciary of any kind into the new military base. So apparently it ended at the time the nuke went off.
Okay, and that would accord with Cunningham being in there. Yeah, that would. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Well, okay, I have had a successful day at work. She has spent her money well on us.
Yeah, you found a link in early history. So let's move on to Jameis. Elena is reaching out to her family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you're telling them about the Hasselhoffs.
Yeah. One team.
The Hoffs in common parlance.
Yes. Yeah, I couldn't remember what the name of the group was. Yeah. Also, one thing, and this, you can say that's not the sort of thing. I'd also sort of clear if there are any leads on databases from around about the time that she's looking for that haven't been. We've heard about this thing here. No one's really sort of followed up on that lead of this particular database potentially being available.
Does your roll ability have like a scrounging sort of thing?
A burger? I have no idea.
Let's look at this.
Someone who knows the system much better than me should answer that.
So Nomad. Let me look. I don't think the Nomad does, but let's take a look at it real quick.
Not specifically, no. Tech does.
Yeah, I knew the tech did. I didn't. All right. Well, you're putting the call out to your family. So you do have a role that allows your family to do some things for you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. And if they can't, I don't really.
Hold on. Let me look it up real quick. It's not Moto is your basic skill, and it's not that, but you do have something in here. Let me.
Well, Lane is more tech than Nomad.
But Nomad, but I'm reaching out my Nomad family, so the Nomad side might be dominating this particular role. They are a tech-based Nomad group, but the Nomad side is what's.
That is true.
If not, I don't care.
Okay, let me just look to see here real quick at the skill list to see what would best this falls under. It's going to be a social skill, I'm sure.
Ooh.
Making and using contacts. Okay, so make a streetwise check for me. Is based on cool.
Okay, much like Richard, I'm going to throw some.
I'll give you, since you're going to your family for this, I'll give you a +2 to that roll.
Okay, I'll throw in 3 points of luck, so that's a +5 all over. That makes it 18.
18. Okay, I was looking for a 15. Your family, you look out for it, but one of the person that usually gets for you some kind of odd parts that are hard to find tells you that they do have a line on an old server. He has no idea what's on it or what it was originally used for, but it would be around from that time. he doesn't know how to get these things to work, but if you could get it to work, he could get it for you. He'll figure out how much it's going to cost, and he'll get back to you.
Excellent. Yep. Let's go there.
Okay.
I'll take it no matter. Yeah, I'll take it as exactly the sort of thing I want to have a play with anyway. So, hey.
Yep. Leaving us with Tetra. Did you go to the college campus, or what were you going to do today, Tetra?
Yeah, I was gonna go to the college campus.
Okay. And from there, do research, or are you gonna, get someone to do research for you? Which is kind of
Oh, that'd be more
right
fun.
up your alley.
I'm gonna like fool someone into doing some research for me.
Okay. Then why don't you probably convince someone to do that? So either persuasion, yeah. Persuade somebody to do some
Persuasion.
research for you.
Okay.
It's cool based. You should do pretty well at this.
Uh-huh.
Under social, there we go.
14.
14. Okay. One of the students that is in the class of the professor that you're a TA for reluctantly will do it if you can get the professor to throw him a few more points in the last paper. He's going to fail it, but he's not going to fail it by much. If you can kind of sway the professor to be more lenient on his grading, he'll do it for you.
Okay, that shouldn't be too hard.
You can tell me what that relationship with the professor is, but you can agree to it. What do you want the person to? His name's Ralph.
Mhm.
Ralph Sumter. He's going through here because his family's paying for this, but he's not really into it. But he can't fail because then they'll pull him out, and he doesn't want to go and work in the family business. So, what do you want Ralph to look up?
So we were trying to figure out like about her body, right? Like how she was able to.
So she
How it
threw out
was
some
not hers, but
names.
hers.
So she threw
Yeah.
out that she was involved with Arasaka, and she's pretty sure that that's who iced her, killed her, or at least she felt like she died. She threw out her name. So you have that, and then she threw out another name of Bart Moss. I mean, that's basically all you have to go on. So you can have him research all three of those names, and he's going to come up with less information but a broader scope, or you can have him research one thing, and he'll get you as much information as possible on the one thing.
Yeah, I'm thinking the last name, the Bart Moss. We can just do that
Okay.
and just start with. Yeah.
He'll meet you back in a few hours. We'll say you caught him in the cafeteria, so finishes up his food, and he'll meet you back in a few hours. He'll hit your agent up with a text when he's ready.
Okay.
All right, you want to do anything else while you're on the campus? And I'm going to roll for him here. He's not the best of students, but you didn't roll incredibly high, so I'll throw him a +3. Oof. Okay. Yeah, so he says it's going to take a few hours. You want to do anything else while you're on campus?
Not really.
Okay, good enough. This all takes several hours. You all have nothing really resolved, other Laszlo found out some information, so he's probably the one that was done soonest. If you contact folks, or do you just head home? What do you do after you get your bit of information, Laszlo?
I'm not gonna transmit it over the airwaves or anything. I just go back.
Okay.
Let's see.
Pinball. She's done with her shopping. You unload back at the Coffin Hotel, and then you guys go to the nearby gun range that you know about, so she can kind of get the pistol sighted in, get used to the weapon.
Which is at like the real, which is at the arcade that we, when we, if I remember correctly, when we were all setting a location, this was the real place to learn fighting and stuff, unlike the dojo.
Back room of the arcade.
I think it was a parking garage, so it's actually like one of the basements.
Oh yeah, there you go.
We lost that map, unfortunately.
You got cement blocks set up so that you can do your shooting in peace down there and check out all kinds of ammo. Very good. Steven, why don't you give me a perception roll down here? And this one does involve danger.
Does involve? Okay.
It does involve danger.
So let's see. Close that. Where's my danger sense? Just know it's going to have a +5 to my awareness.
Mhm.
25.
There is a heated argument going on during one of the shooting ranges right now. You hear your name coming up in conversation. It seems like if you stop and try to listen in on it, but your senses kind of tell you someone's really pissed and your name just came up. What do you want to do about it?
Well, I haul out my submachine gun and I gesture for Alt to, take cover and concealment. Hide yourself. And then I'm going to
goes to one of the lanes and kind of gets behind the brick.
then I creep over to try to hear what this is all about.
Okay, give me some kind of stealth roll to get over there without being noticed.
I'm going to use stealth,
Mm-hmm.
which is underbody. 23.
And I'm going to roll his perception. Oh, rolled a 10. I get to re-roll that.
Ooh, he might see me. He knows I'm sneaky.
He does.
Damn!
And doesn't blink before he levels his gun at you and starts blasting. You were aware of him. He was aware of you, so it's initiative.
Can we hire him? Because he's really good.
He knows my tricks. All right, initiative.
Is this guy your mortal nemesis? Possibly now.
Possibly, yeah. All right, I got a 19 on initiative.
Get a 13. You go first. His intent is to kill you. Quite obviously. You don't think that gun's full of paintball bullets.
Oh, there's my combat awareness. Then what? So let's see.
So okay, so for a little bit of background. So this is an illegal operation down through here. So it is kept quiet. It is soundproofed. Anything that happens down here, you're pretty certain is not going to involve someone calling the police because this place shouldn't be here. So there you go.
Right. Let's see. Going to do fumble recovery. There we go. And let's see. Damage deflection. Nope.
He's got a handgun, by the way. Heavy pistol.
Okay. Oh, just a heavy pistol? All right.
Yeah. It seems like it's modified, but yeah, heavy pistol.
It's just one of those things that my combat awareness always changes from
I got you.
So I had to do a little fiddling real quick, listeners. So, heavy submachine gun, go. 14.
Okay.
20 to hit, 14 damage.
20 to hit, 14 damage. Right. Thank you.
Yeah. You definitely hit. You're well within the range, and damage was 14. You say?
Yep.
No double sixes in there, right? I don't. Does it
Nope.
show? It show you rolled a 6, so no double sixes. Yeah. Okay. Okay. He is wearing some body armor. You do hit. You do see him wince in pain, but it does not take him down.
Fantastic.
So you have a move action as well. Do you want to take cover?
Let's see. Yes, I will. As I hurl myself over, we were in the shooting range.
Yes.
So it's like I backpedal, blast him once, and then flip over backwards from the barricade that people are supposed to stand at to shoot over the range.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I do.
Okay. Sounds good. Are you completely ducking down? Are you getting full cover? Keep in mind, you will not be able to see his motion if you do that.
I don't have any clever things to use, so no, I'm just taking partial cover, I guess. Though with how I described it, yes, full cover.
Full cover, okay. In which case, he does shoot at the block. And this is where you find out that the modifications are quite heavy. The bullet penetrates through the cement. It misses you though, but the bullet penetrates the cement full through.
Wow.
And then you hear him like heavy booted feet scrambling. Again, you can't see where he went.
All right. So the first thing I do is roll to the left before popping back up to take another shot.
Okay. You roll to the left, you pop back up. He is not in view.
I hop back over and go to the side of the doorway, standing, following standard kind of, squad tactics type deal, take cover by the doorway before attempting to go around and where he is probably laying in wait.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead and make me a perception check. Again, danger in mind.
Danger in mind. All right. Currently, my danger sense is not in awareness because it's in anti-fumble. So I have no plus to my awareness. No super plus. 14.
You do not see him.
Okay, so he's not in the room I'm in currently, though, right?
He could be laying down behind a cement stanchion like you were. So he could be in one of the lanes and you're just not seeing him. He was not he was not near the place where you first sighted him. So you have no contact. You have no what do you want to do? You don't see him.
My first objective is to make sure the person I'm quote unquote bodyguarding is secure. So I check on alt.
You do see her. She is kind of crouched down behind one of the cement pillars that hold up the next level of the parking garage. She does have her gun out and she's looking around. Since you did take a look at her, she points in a direction.
She, like out in the hallway or in the room?
Actually, behind you.
Behind you. So I am going to.
So you've moved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that you have another action, which could be another move, but so you've done movement now. What else do you do?
This is going to be oh shit and move again. Because
she is pointing behind you.
Mm-hmm. So it's like what I do is like I combat roll forward to come back up, pointing the other way, which hopefully messes up any shot he might do to the back of my head.
So yes, you do that, and you do see him as he's raising himself up behind one of these cement barriers as well. One of these kind of that are set up to keep cars from going in. It's like 3 feet tall, but he's crouched behind it, and he comes up and he throws a grenade at you.
Okay, wonderful. So is this a thing where I can catch the grenade and throw it back, or do I have to scramble again?
Well, before you do that, give me a second. What kind of gun did you give Alt?
She has a very heavy pistol. Because I'm assuming it is Marius's standard gun, which is a 46 gun. One shot around.
She drops him before he can throw the grenade.
Oh, well, wonderful. Good shot. I was slightly worried there. Does the grenade go off?
It was shooting to wound, actually. Didn't mean that to be a headshot. I need to get this thing sighted in.
Did he already pull the pin and now blows himself up?
No, hadn't pulled the pin yet.
Let's see what this was all about. I quickly go and check. Oh, free grenade.
Okay. Guys, another solo. You seem to remember. Actually, let's see. I'm not gonna make you roll for this. You think you might have queered one of his deals up? Like something you've done recently has caused him to have some issues. Like he's been baiting you on the boards that the underground boards that you guys have, talking across using vague video game terms to hide the fact that you're, assassinating people and otherwise. You pissed him off by doing something that messed up one of his deals, and he's been feeling like he needed to take it out on you by removing you.
This was very easy to find out because I find the person he was talking to. But dude, what was he? Oh, he's asshole 57. I always thought he just had 57 assholes.
All right. Well, the range manager comes over. You guys, the person that he was yelling at was the range manager. He comes over. It's like, I was trying to warn you, Pinball. I saw you come in, but I didn't want to give up the fact that you were here. I'm sorry. I tried to warn you. Normal fee, and we can get rid of the body.
It's like I take off the very heavy kitted gun he has and toss it to him. And I'm like, there you go.
Laszlo, you get a call.
No. No. Yes. What is it?
Yeah, it's one of your contacts saying that there's a fresh body in the parking garage at the arcade.
Oh,
If you're
okay.
interested.
Yeah. Right, on the way.
So, Alta, you want to finish sighting in your gun, please? We can go home after this.
Yeah. She blows through, a box of ammo to get everything down. She's not a bad shot after she gets, the weight and everything just right.
Did you want to also try stabbing things? They have that one level up.
Not today.
Understand. Now, if you're also interested, they do have actual arcade games up here.
Oh, yeah. Let's go see what's popular.
Well, there's this thing called Elves Online. And I'd start telling her about the actual virtual reality simulated game that Cyberpunk Red has as a sub-game within the game.
Okay. Petra, true to his word, in an hour he comes up. It's a little thin, but he's pulled up everything he's able to on Rach Bartmoss. Apparently, back in the olden times, before the network is like it is now, was just a super whiz hacker. His name is pretty much denigrated in history as being, not the reason for why the net is as it is now, but certainly the person that started it on its downfall. It's fairly dense, given that he took an hour or so to do this. And I'll give you
should have started there.
some of it is some of it is very cursory stuff that you could get from a simple history search, but he did dig a little deeper. There's some information in there that apparently his personality was, it's myths, maybe, but there's information out there that his personality was synthesized, and that it's one of the reasons why you can't connect to the old net. That personality duplicated itself, and it's just overrun the old network.
Okay. I'll head back to the hotel with all that.
Mm-hmm. There's a
Sorry,
bit more
that's
in there
good.
too, a lot of the history. I'm not going to go over it, but fans of the Cyberpunk universe might know Reach.
It's all in the online rulebook that you can look up if you like.
Okay, so eventually, early evening, you all get back together. Alt immediately goes, takes over the kitchen table and starts assembling her deck. Cursing the whole time at how limited the technology is right now.
What? It's more advanced than it was in your time.
In some ways, yeah, but your networking capabilities are ridiculously bad.
Well, I mean, that
Okay,
just keeps us
Grandma.
alive.
Also, your new handle is Grandma, just for your own safety.
Grams. Okay. Jameis, you do get a text that, the guy got a hold of his contact. He's got an old server from around the time you're looking for. He's got no idea if it still works. He's got no idea if the data's still intact, but it'll cost you 500 cred.
Okay.
That's the friend's discount.
He can give me a non-friends discount if he wants it. So much money.
Oh, and you're going to need a truck to pick it up. No delivery.
Yeah. So is it available now?
It can be. Give me a few hours.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I need to get a truck anyway. Well, I need to get a trailer anyway. And I also need to hire a solo to cover me because I just know this deal's going to go bad at some point. Looking over at Pinball.
What, me again?
Yeah. What's your rate for the evening?
Oh, do you want the Friends discount where I mark you up 200%? You want the Enemies one where I do it cheap and sloppily.
And shoot you in the back.
It should be a straightforward go and grab, but I just don't. I don't know this person, so.
About an hour later, you get a contact back saying, "Actually, you got a boat. The equipment's over at the docks in Pacifica. I mean, you can drive there, but if you got a boat,
There's Pacifica. Oh, bloody hell! Hey, Tetra, do we know when you get a boat?
No, submarine.
Don't we have a submarine?
Well, you've got a
one of the
contact
problem
submarine.
Yeah, contact for a submarine as much as just getting a boat from. We can get one right now.
Well, that shouldn't be hard at all, should it? I mean,
you can make me a roll to see if you've already got a contact that's got. Actually, have you filled in all the contacts that you get? If you haven't, you can just say you've got somebody that knows got a boat.
oh yeah, I know somebody.
Okay.
I haven't filled in
This
yet.
is a freaking nomad family. How do we not know someone who has a boat?
Your nomad family is strictly road based, my friend. They don't like water.
For now, wait till I get my
Water connotates baths, which they don't like either. Because Elena is suspiciously never taking showers, so I'm extrapolating for the rest of your gang.
To be fair, none of us have ever taken a shower. Who the hell would waste that much water?
Hygiene's not in the storage book. It's not in the book.
There is a personal hygiene skill, which I have, which means I do bathe. Ha
Or maybe you know about it. You don't necessarily do it.
Well, no, the personal grooming skill. Yeah, that's maybe. Yeah.
I think they're the same skill. Let's see, personal grooming. Where is it? Social?
Tetra's got a boat, or at least knows somebody that owes her some favors that got a boat. So you could take a boat, or you could just drive out there.
Did she roll?
She didn't need to. She's got some contacts she hadn't filled in yet.
Cool. Yeah, we can grab a boat. If you want to come for a boat ride, we can go for a boat ride. But I'm going to officially hire Pinball because I don't know this person.
All night, it's about a 500 credit gig.
All right, 500. Done.
All right, if you guys gonna go and pick up this old server, the two of you head out. Anyone else want to go? Alt is busy. She's gonna stay here. So if somebody wanted to stay here with her, you could, or not. Up to you.
I'll go.
Okay, Tetra. Since you got the contact, it makes sense that you would go as well.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Laszlo might be picking up a body for parts.
I meant doing something else. Yep.
Okay. Good enough. Laszlo, roll me a d10.
That's how many bodies you get.
No, it's how much the body's worth by the time he gets there.
7.
Yeah. There's salvageable parts. You know people that would buy it. 700 credits worth of body.
Oh, well, I mean, in which case, why
You
not?
were definitely contacted in your capacity as a illegal body part vendor.
Well,
You sign off on his body organ donor card. People need that bone marrow, and apparently there's a thriving need for teeth in the dentistry industry or stem cells.
Oh, there might be soon.
You're ahead of the market, yeah.
So unless you want to do something else, Laszlo, it's going to take you a few hours to make the body, part the body out, contact the folk, and put it in cryo. Contact the folks that would be interested in the parts. But you can make a cool 700 creds
Mm.
off this
I
body.
guess that seems like a good idea right now. I got nothing. I mean,
That used to be rent.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
So
There you
now
go.
have to owe to yourself.
Yeah.
Well,
Body
I'm
in remarkably good shape. It was just a single bullet right through the head, so there was a lot of useful parts.
Only a single bullet? Did my other
Oh
one
no,
do nothing?
that is incorrect. You did shoot him once as well.
I do not connect this with pinball because it's a clean kill.
Yeah, exactly. There's not enough mayhem involved, so that's what Laszlo's up to.
What?
Meanwhile, the two of you, Elena's given the contact name. The guy's name is Daniel, or just Danny. So it's kind of a little odd place that they're having you meet. It's Playland by the Sea. Of course, by the time you get there, it's closed. But yeah, you're heading out to Playland by the Sea, and
this is why I want the solo with me.
he gets you to kind of pull up your boat to this warehouse doors. So he opens it up, and there is shelves and shelves of old reclaimed tech. And he brings you to, he goes down a few shelves and he shows you what it is. It's basically it's a mainframe. It's a cabinet that's about 6 feet tall, 3 feet wide, and it's just packed with servers, old style servers. The warehouse itself is humidity controlled, so everything looks to be in good shape. Of course, well, you're a tech actually. You want to take a look at it?
Yeah. I mean, my eyes are bigger than my stomach at this point.
Mm-hmm. So give me your repair roll just to kind of look at the condition it's in and see whether or not it's worth it.
I assume it's just basic tech because there's no repair per se.
That's your roll ability, I think, is just to fix and repair things.
Sure.
I'll just roll
Maker?
basic tech
Yeah,
and we'll
maker.
worry about it. Yeah, there's no there's no maker skill.
Yeah.
I'm just going to roll basic tech and we'll worry about it afterwards.
Oh yeah, that's perfectly fine. It's in good shape. Of course, he's making no promises whether the data is still on there. At this point in time, everything is like bubble memory storage. So like the time that it's been, the lapse time shouldn't be a problem. It looks to be in good shape. You're not seeing bullet holes. You're going to have to make some kind of power harness for it because the electricity is not the same. The way electricity works or connects, you're going to have to do a little bit of work. It's an intact server, whether or not it's got info you want. So he's like, yeah, so I told your bud 500. Oh, and actually, no, because your bud's getting a cut. So you would already paid your buddy. So you paid your buddy like his 10%. So he's like, okay, so yeah.
Told his bud 500. His bud told him 550 or 600.
All right, Titra, can you help me move this?
Sure.
So you pay up?
Yeah.
How do you pay?
It's going to be with standard agent transfer because that's how we do things.
Okay, Steven, where is Pinball during this transaction?
He is, as a security guy, he's kind of standing back. He's got his submachine gun out. He's trying to watch the front. While keeping an eye, panning back and forth between probably the guy's back, if he can manage.
Okay. So you've got your gun out. Like I said, the park's closed, so there's not any like customers around. Go ahead and give me that perception roll. Right. Possible danger.
So I'm not going to worry about switching straight back and just go with a +5 in awareness roll. Not concentration, sorry. That's it's the same base, so 19 + 5, 24.
Okay, 24. Very good. There's a couple of workers that are like hauling in lines, looking like they're like shutting things down from the customer areas, but you get the distinct impression that they're kind of hanging around. And when you look, you do actually see somebody that is in a particular spot where there would be a great sniper's nest. They're kind of up on this it's in the water. It's like a floating buoy sort of thing, and the guy's up top, and he's kind of laying low to not be seen, but you do see him. He might have a rifle, or it just might be a tool. It's hard to tell. You don't have telescopic vision or anything like that, right?
Actually, I think I do.
Oh, if you do, I will tell you. Let me know.
It's all the way at the bottom. Cyberware. Oh, geez, my cyber. Yep, teleoptics.
It's a
and
rifle.
targeting scope.
Yeah, it's not a particularly nice rifle, but it's a rifle. You got a sniper up there, kind of looking at the scene, and it looks like a couple of heavies down here, just kind of being around in case.
I am going to try to take a shot at him.
What?
The sniper. This is why I have a submachine gun. I'd rather have my big machine gun.
No, they trust us as much as we trust them. They just have their solos ready as much as I've got you ready. That's all it is. No, you're going to attack, apparently.
This is fair.
You do what you think Pinball would do.
Yeah, you do what Pinball does.
Well, I have teleoptic sights. Is he looking through the rifle at us?
Nope. He's in ready, but he's not sighting in on anyone.
Well, that does change things a little bit. I give him the eyes, and I point at him,
Okay.
and then a thumbs up.
You have like a. You know what? Just give me a sec.
Solo code.
You see him look down through his scope, and it is an old rifle, and he just gives you a thumbs up on his side. Just acknowledgement that he sees that you see him.
All right, that has eased his mind a little bit. Ask your buyer if he has protection. Well, I ask him since I'm right there. You have protection, by the way?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, it's biz. You never know when something might go a little squirrely.
Oh, good.
You're not going to make this a problem, are you?
No.
I mean, your friend's already paid. They're loading up now. I mean, this doesn't need to be difficult.
No, I was just making sure it was yours and not somebody needed to shoot.
No, we're good. You stay cool. We'll be cool.
There is no problem then. I mean, the guy with the rifle is yours too, yes?
Yeah.
Good.
Needs a better rifle.
Okay. You guys get it. It's heavy. He's got a pallet jack that you're able to get it out to the wharf side, and you guys are able to slide it onto the back of the boat. That's a good question. Any of you know how to drive a boat? You didn't get a driver to go along with this.
Who do you think you're talking to?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'm not going to make you roll for this. It's simple enough. The server is quite heavy, and it's straining the limits of what the boat can hold, but it's not bad, and it's not like the water is particularly choppy. I do, however, want you to roll me a D10. Being the driver of the boat.
D6. Woo, average.
Fine. The engine sounds like it's straining as you bring it in. You do smell like burning oil from it, but you get back just fine. Probably load it back onto whatever vehicle. You said just something about getting like a towing package for your.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say you got that. Put it on board. You guys get back. During all this time, Laszlo has been gleefully chopping up a body, parting things out, keeping everybody in the loop, probably making some contacts you haven't talked to in a while. It's like, it's not like you get good fresh eyes all that often.
There's no glee in it. It's work. Oh my God, I have to do this again. Oh, I know it earns me money, but
Goodness, why am I so cheap?
Is Laszlo particularly talky with his clients or not?
I mean, he doesn't know how to. He has observed other people doing it, but when he tries it, it does not come across as particularly personable.
I tell you
he
what,
tries.
Whether you have the skill or pointed it or not, why don't you roll me the conversation skill? It's empathy based. It's under social.
Yes,
I just want to see
definitely.
how you come across.
I think this was one of the required skills that you had to at least put 1 point into.
No, it is not.
Mm-mm.
But I have a decent base at it. So here we
Mm.
go. Yeah.
Mm.
That's it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No,
Not bad.
I rolled reasonably
Um,
well. Yeah.
I mean, passable. You come across as a normal person.
Oh, phew. That's great.
So
Good one,
something
Will.
that you catch from all these transactions, because you don't get bodies this pristine that often, but even so, your clientele lists seem to be eager and ready to pay for parts more so than normally you'd have to sit on these for a few days. So talking to them, you do kind of get that. Yeah, there's something big happened over at SoCal, and there's like parts. They're paying premiums for parts.
Do we know why?
No, I mean, there's
Yeah.
been nothing in the news. I'm not sure why they need so many parts, but yeah, I mean, they're pulling in markers all over the place trying to get replacement parts.
Are they finally building that giant conglomeration of body parts that they've always talked about? The giant rolling mess.
Creeping Death v
Okay.
2.5.
Yeah. Oh well. I don't
No,
know.
they're kind of they have no idea why either, but all of their contacts who they sell the parts onto have been the market is there is a need to fill lots of parts.
Well, killing spree time.
Oh, man. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe there's some major medical emergency over there that they need the things before everybody dies. I don't know. Oh, well, that is interesting news. Thank you, friend. I am definitely a normal person.
Passable this time anyway.
Eating guaranteed non-human meat.
Ah, guaranteed non-human. Yeah.
Guaranteed. You all meet back up. Eventually, you get everything done. Elena and Tetra and Pinball. It takes all three of you to move that server. Probably not even up the stairs. It's on the ground floor somewhere. It is very heavy.
Flashback to the opening, to the start of the season.
Getting the
opening
eagle
days,
moved up the stairs.
getting the giant falcon statue into the office.
See, this is why I wanted to build into the cellar a big, huge technical bay, but no, we got to put Julia. We got to put Elena in there now. Elena in there.
Yep. Yeah. So you've got this big piece of old equipment. When you all check in, Alt is still very busy. She's taken over the entire kitchen table, parts everywhere. She's somewhere acquired some tools, which she probably bought that day with pinball. Is just very engrossed in putting together a deck. What do you guys want to do? You're all together again after being separated for a bit.
Let me tell you about my day. And then I'll just spill the...
Oh, you got the guy. I shot, and then she also shot. Remember to take your credit.
I did not think you usually teamed up like that. Oh, well done. Good teamwork.
Well, she was about to throw a grenade. She took issue with that. I would have handled it, but, it was her turn to shoot, and she had her gun out. I'm very courteous like this. I allow everybody their proper firing order for shooting. There is a big market. Were they interested into the teeth?
I didn't ask. I kept them back for Marius anyway.
Yeah, mostly organs, kidney, heart,
Mostly organs.
eyes.
Yeah, it sounds like there's some sort of disease or something going around there which is ravaging all their insides.
Oh, that is too bad, because the organs is what they usually shoot.
Well, I mean, if for the next few days or however long this goes on for, you think about not shooting them in the organs and somewhere else,
I see what
we can
I
make
can
some
do.
money. I'm just saying.
Not shooting the organs. I'll have to work on this. It's a very strong, strange concept, not shooting in the organs.
Okay. But I mean, I was more here to tell us what I found about the that Arasaka owning that place beforehand. So connections, things, we might have undercharged if it's Arasaka. But hey,
Oh,
there we go.
Yes, the job that we were hired for 3 weeks for.
And I actually did some work on it before the final night of the exam.
If we get it done now, we take the next 3 weeks off.
Oh, true.
So we're getting near time, but I want a couple rolls before we finish off so that we have a good, strong starting point next time. First of all, Elena, you got to rig up a power source to get this server back online. And of course, since this is pre-new net and pre-new computer language, you're probably going to have to get alt to pour through it because none of you really know how this stuff works.
I was also going to get my AI box to help as well.
That's a good one too, because your AI seems to be able to navigate that stuff just fine. So you need to create a power supply that's going to work off of your power and into this thing.
That's exactly what the tech does.
Yeah, and this is not an easy roll. I will throw that out at you right now. So you decide if you want to throw any luck onto this or not.
Yeah, I'll use the last 4 points of luck that I have for the night. And I assume just basic tech is
basic tech would be fine. Yeah.
Well, my electronic score is exactly the same. It doesn't matter. 18, 22.
22. Okay, I was looking for 20. So, yeah, it's not easy. You have to, probably have to contact some folks for some parts. Nothing that you're going to owe favors for. Just did a little trade. Where do you want to set it up? So you've got this again. It's 6 foot tall server rack, 3 feet wide, taking up a lot of power.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to. Do we have a room available on the ground floor I can co-opt?
Well, you do have that basement, the cemented out basement down below, but
no, that was taken over by Alana.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Up to you. I mean, you can just wall it in too. I mean, you just put up some.
I'm gonna want to access it. I mean, but yeah, I'll store it there in one of the level 1 floors. Because at some point I want to sort of convert one of those rooms into a big full-on tech bay anyway.
Yeah, and so the whole thing, including the very rugged case, the whole thing probably weighs around 300-400 pounds. So, like, not an impossible amount to move, but difficult when you don't have elevators that work in your establishment.
Or any of you other people lifting at all.
Yeah,
but you've got it up and working as far as you can tell. You don't know if the data survived or not. If you want the cube to work on it, it's going to have to stop working on the breaking the encryption.
You said that had like a day left, so no.
Yep. Okay, you can wait till the morning on that then.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, if Alt wants to play and sort of go, I remember this code.
Yep, she's still involved right now. She'll take a look at it after she's done with her deck, and she would need the deck to access it anyway.
Yeah, so that's fine. It's all set up for the next plot point.
So let's see. Tetra came back with some information with Rach Bartmoss. Laszlo got some information on Arasaka having a campus on the old military base. I would like both of you guys to give me a concentration check as you go through this information. Laszlo, you got not a printout because no one does paper, but you downloaded the information you found. So you guys are pouring through this. Jameis, you're too busy, so you can't help.
I was just letting them know it's awareness. That's where the skill is.
Pinball, what are you doing during this time? You're not really the type to go through lots of information to find stuff.
He's actually decent at it.
If you want to do it as well, then you can give me a concentration check as well as you guys are sharing the information you found, trying to find things that connect and don't connect.
Concentration. That is under
awareness. I've already said 3 times now.
Yeah.
Concentration is an education skill. It's will-based.
As this is the last roll of the night, you may want to throw some luck on there.
That is why I wrote +5.
Okay, yep.
So I have 19.
19. Okay, Tetra got an 18. And if you're helping Pinball?
Yes. And I am not seeing it. It is an education, you're saying?
Awareness.
No.
Awareness. Huh.
Yeah, sorry. It's an awareness skill, intelligence-based.
Yes, I have this. I will throw my luck
Or
into
will
it.
based, not intelligence based. Yeah.
And my luck is 6. So +6 to concentration.
No,
Okay, so
dancing around us.
Pinball has set up this chart with strings and pins, and he's going through all of this kind of elaborate conspiracy stuff.
The
that
final
actually-
roll would actually be a 10.
Right, which throws off everybody for a few hours. But between Tetra and Laszlo, you find one name that shows up in both information that Tetra bought and information that Laszlo brought. As far as you can tell, this person was the head of whatever Arasaka was working on in the military base before the bomb went off. You have a name that crosses both.
No.
And we'll end it there.
My chart with the yarn connects to that.
One of the connections is like alien grays, and over here we've got.
I teach Tetra the family technique of ignoring pinball. Passed down through generations. Well,
Yes, from our parents to
Yes.
you. So.
generations of people have done this.
Yeah. All right, we'll end it there for the night. You guys have a solid lead. So you found out there is a tie-in with Arasaka in the military base. That doesn't prove that they're behind. So you haven't proven yet that they're the ones behind whatever happened to her or why she was there. But you've got a solid lead of perhaps someone that was there on that base during the time that this would have happened.
I'm sure with our conversation skills, we could spin it into, proof positive for her.
Mhm.
Yep.
You have essentially a node to the global network of that era. You have no information of how dense this node is, or if it was just it could just be someone's backup of their cat pics. You have no idea.
Oh, those are valuable. Are you kidding me?
Cat pics, we're in the money there, mate. Whew.
Yeah, there you go.
Potentially never seen before cat pics. The archivists have been trying to recover those for decades.
Yeah, there you go. So we'll end it there for the night. Richard, you want to plug your own channel?
Yes. Yeah, sure. Why not? I will plug that channel. Hi there. I'm Richard. And if you want to watch me playing video games badly, why, then you can do it on my channel, which is LMTDTMFFR. Or, say it with me now,
Limited time offer.
No
vowels.
Vowels.
No
There we
vowels.
go.
At the moment,
James?
we're playing through
Oh, sorry, go
Horizon Forbidden West. Which is
Say that again. I missed it entirely.
We're playing through Horizon Forbidden West, which is just been released on PC. Dinosaurs, metal dinosaurs, end of the world, fun stuff.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Jameis, tell us about your blog.
I've got a blog, and if you were here yesterday when we were streaming and I said go have a look, if you compare it to today, there's a new post there. Updated, but I haven't mentioned what I also have done today, which is Backbert's Kickstarter.
Right there. Right there. Yep, check it out. Last Stop Perdition. Kim, do you have anything you want to plug?
No, not right now.
Okay, very good. Steven!
You can find me at Steam, Steal, and Murder. Oh wait, you're already here. Well,
Already
that's
here.
where you
Already
find me.
here. But you can also find us at all the other social links. Go to BlueMagic, BLUMAGIK.com, and all the social links are there in convenient little buttons. So check that out. Yeah, Oak, thanks for stopping in tonight. Have a good night in your own games tonight. And we will end it there, guys. Say goodbye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.